Shows have come back. Dude, we got to ask you something actually, because Mark met Larry David.
Yeah.
Had a so interaction. I had a quick one. It was pretty good. You were on Curb.
I did an episode of Curb. Yeah,
right.
I did one episode of Curb, but it was amazing for me. It was like
Mocha Joe.
I was teed up to win. Yeah, Mocha Joe's episode. I was teed up to win pretty hard. I will be honest. Like I went in there, with so much ammunition because the casting director is the person that put me in my very first thing too. Like
Wow.
She supported me a lot in my career. So she was great. She was like, "This is for you to lose. All you have to do is go in and be yourself. Like don't screw yourself." And I knew her. In the room was Larry, one of the writers, the casting director, and then at the time her associate. I don't even know what to call him, but he's now at Netflix, which is great. He's now moved on too. But so it was a room full of people that's like, I'm bound to win because it's just Larry's the only guy I'm trying to impress. Anyway.
And this is the audition.
Yeah, this is the audition, and they give you a character breakdown. There's no scene. They just tell you what the details of the character are. So this one was, I actually originally auditioned for the guy whose dog was Adolf. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
His dog's name was Adolf, and and Larry's like, that's an interesting name. So I auditioned for that, and I played it up, and then Larry was.
Is that when he says "Hail Hitler" to the dog?
Exactly. Yes, his dog. Yeah, so good. So I played it up a little bit as the character and did like a little bit of a German accent for him, and he liked it. I could tell he was interested. And then she's like, takes me in the hallway, and she goes, "Give it a second." She goes, talks to Larry. She comes back out, and she's like, Larry says that you don't look like one of these Aryan guys. You're a redhead. Like you don't look like this Aryan German. It's like, it's not going to work. You don't fit the look. And I was like, fuck. All right. So I was ready to get in my car, and she's like, no, hold on. Hold 1 second. She went back in. They talked for another 3 minutes. She comes back out, and she's like, he wants you to do this other one. Will you try this other one? Sure, whatever. Fucking fine. So she hands me the paper. I went out into the hallway. They took one more audition. And then I was like, I'm ready. I can go now. She's like, you don't want any more time to prepare? And I was like, no. I'll do this. So it was the guy that invented the P cube, the urinal where the door shuts.
Yes.
And I went in the room and I said, I think off the bat, I did the bit. Larry and I were just improvising. And I did the bit where I was like, yeah, depending on your penis size, the door automatically censors how big or small your cock is. And that depends on how the urinal shifts up and down. And it'll go, doot, small penis detected. And it'll move down. And Larry started chuckling a little bit. And so I just went in harder on this bit.
So bathroom's going to be over there.
Yeah. Yep.
2 urinals. I got a lot of ideas for the urinals.
You want to redesign a urinal?
Yeah, exactly. The splashing, the puddles, that has to be eliminated.
It's a big issue.
Yeah, I want 2 planks about this wide.
Okay.
Going up, you walk up to the urinal.
You want an elevated?
Elevated planks.
Great.
Your feet never touch the ground.
Why?
That's where the puddles are.
What if they get urine on the planks?
Well, that can't happen because of this. That, my friend, is the P cube.
The P cube.
Yes. You pee into the cube, and there's a chute that goes down. Maybe we can create a vacuum or something, sucking the urine down the chute.
And then so 2 of these.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, I'll put 2 or 3 floor toilets, correct?
No, there's no toilets. There's no defecation here.
If a customer comes in here and does want to defecate, what do you expect them to do?
Expect them to go someplace else.
Okay. So
Look, there's no defecation in the building.
you want me to make it so they can't?
Could you do that?
I could put a sensor on there that detects a penis, a little penis sensor, if you will.
Really?
We can make it voice activated. It'll go doot doot doot, penis detected. Woo. The door will open up. And then once the man is done, doot doot doot, woo, slide down.
That's
Hello,
terrific.
Larry. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Ted Danson. Mr. Danson has just become the newest financial backer of Mocha Joe's Cafe.
Wow. You think you're up for this fight, generally?
Of like, I was like, oh, and then, not only recognize like the length of your penis, but the girth may matter, so I just kept going on. And and then he broke like 2 times maybe, like just laughing out loud. And then halfway through, he was like, get out of here, get the fuck out of here.
Damn, that's
It was great.
amazing.
He was laughing and he was like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. You're good. Get out of here.
Oh, that's incredible.
So
So I
cool.
called my wife on the way home and I was like, look, dude, I've done hundreds of auditions. I was like, there's no way that I didn't get that because it was so fun. I was like, they'll throw me in something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he was having a good time. It was like, even if they put me in the background as like a one, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And then they called me later that day and they were like, yeah, Larry wants you to do that bit. So it was great. And on the day, it was a joke for me because JB he came on set and saw me and was like, oh, set thee up. And so then it made me feel comfortable. And he wasn't even in the scene. He put himself in the scene. And voila, the P cube.
I like it.
You sure do.
Yeah,
Take her for a spin.
sure.
Get on in there, huh? There you go. Look at that. Mm-hmm. How does that feel?
That's pretty good.
Shit. The prototype done, huh?
Yeah, you want to give it a try?
Nah, fuck that, man. That shit ain't deep enough.
What do you mean?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Any motherfucker that come up to that shit with a little ass penis, of course, that works for them. But you got a big ass Johnson, you gotta stand a little further back so your Johnson don't overshoot, hit the back of that motherfucker. I'm not bragging and shit, but I had a lady give me a wedgie with my own goddamn Johnson.
Okay, are we done here? Can you get to work on this thing right
oh,
away?
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
Hey,
Okay.
let's talk timeline.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Prototype is pretty fucking good though, man.
Thanks.
You do good, goddamn.
Whoa.
Larry, you could tell was like, just get out for this one. Just
Right.
get out. Their relationship is so exactly the show. It's great.
That's amazing.
He's like, come on, get out, please get out. And JB wanted to keep inserting, so he just kind of got in the scene, and it made it even better. And then Jeff was there, so it was like he knew me from stand up. It just felt comfortable. So
That's great.
I didn't have the fear, but in the morning I was tripped out. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, dude, I got to be so good in front of Larry.
And there's no script.
No,
So
and
you
I was
gotta wing
I was
it.
just nervous because you don't want to over improv with him. I was like, I don't want him
Yes.
to be like, stop it. I don't want that
Right.
of him
right.
being like, dude, calm down. You're doing way too much. So in the morning I was nervous as shit. But then once I got there and saw JB, I was like, we're good.
Yeah.
It just
that's
like
incredible.
it just broke me open. Then I didn't care, and Larry was really playful and such a rad dude. I don't know if you had a bad experience, dude, but he's
Well, I did an
he's the
audition.
man.
I did a self-tape, and it says in the notes, don't try to be funny.
Yeah.
Which is the hardest note. Not saying we can't not be funny, but you're like, well, how do I do it? Do I do it straight? Do I do it
Yeah.
like
They want
English
you to be straight
patient?
because he's the funny guy. I mean, they want you
Yeah,
to.
but you were funny. He
yeah, but
was
they
funny.
want you to but
Yeah,
I
but he's
was
funny playing it straight. That's
Yeah.
what the scene is funny.
Right, the scene is very funny. They
Yeah.
wanted me to be dead serious about the bit. He was like, "Take it serious. It's your
right.
job."
Got it.
He kept saying that too on the day. He was like, "This is your job." He's like, "You are a." So I was a little like, he was like, "Well, why can't we do that?" And I would have to have lines and moments where I'm like, "Well, that's illogical, dude. So I don't know if you know how to build toilets because you don't, and I do. So do
Right.
you want me to do my job or not?" And that makes Larry get into his second, which
that's good.
inherently is going to be funny.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
they don't want you to try to like get a zinger, but they want you to like layer in enough real world comedy where it's, you're giving him you're giving him the like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's what he
yeah.
wants. So if you can give him those layups, then
He wants
wins.
pushback.
Yeah, he wants like an annoyance. He wants conflict in every single scene.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about that guy. That's why his comedy it's so simple and yet so particular. It's a
Yes.
simple scene, but it's extremely dynamic because you're like, this would annoy anybody. And I see why this pisses him off.
Right.
And then he's going to take it out on other characters and they're going to be like, what is your fucking problem?
Yes, exactly.
But he's not wrong. That's the best part about all those.
I know. I completely agree.
But he was the man, dude. That was like I got paid, like a daily rate. We get like no money to do those. Like it's literally like a minimum. And those are ones where I'm like, I'll pay you.
Yeah,
I would
totally.
I would have 100% pay them to be on that show. I said the same thing to FX about.
Well, let's edit this out because we're already heading this way in show
Oh,
business. so-
yeah. I know. Well, I said the same thing to FX back in the day about baskets. I said, I'll pay. I was like, I'll
yeah.
drive to Bakersfield and I'll pay to be up there. I'll pay for my hotel.
Yeah,
I
that-
wanted to be on the show.
What,
so
what
bad.
is Curb the coolest guest spot you did? Or what'd you,
by far.
what
yeah.
else was really cool?
Arrested was awesome.
Whoa.
That's
Just
right.
me and Bateman had a scene together, which was great.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was a cool moment. Super nervous for that too, because Jason's, he's really good.
It's Parachute Adams.
Parachute Adams.
Adios, amigos!